Ooh, wait a minute. How about all the young girls who are watching this who will probably wind up in the condition of motherhood, whatever it is, at some point in their lives, you emulate this ratchet behavior and carry it over and teach it to their son. Charlemagne's weak. I'll start with a RIP. 702, right? Mm, I know. Awesome. Oh, that's way too young. Irish was to get medical absence due to serious medical issues. That's hard, bro. But Columbia's short. He talk about why he named him after Denzel Washington. That is way too young to pack. That is way too young to. That is way too young to. That is way too young to. That pain and that trauma. I felt that this other. That ain't a flex, young. That's actually kind of whack. Yeah. That kind of hurt. See, Denzel hurting me that way. Yeah. They make no sense. These Denzel Washington. This new wife to the world is your son. Mm-hmm. Also, and Nicki Minaj's husband got into it. It all started at the VMAs. I guess, Mark, if somebody thought that said something offset, put your location, then looking for offset. Also, respond. Chase. Before we respond, can we talk about this? There's nothing sadder than this kind of behavior as grown. It's corny, it's lit. You're 45 years, your father, your husband, and you're outside and threatening people. World stopping for 2009. That's very weak and intention. You incriminate yourself. And you have zero respect for your woman. And your extension, plus you have zero respect for your woman in that way. Let's see, Sion's and his team play. Why people don't want to grow up? What's wrong with growing up? What's wrong with growing up? Act like a goddamn thing. What's wrong with actually care for other little souls? We fathers, man. We all have differences. We can have differences or something, but how you handle it. Everybody, no respect. Mom said a man who thinks the same way at 50 that they did at 20 wasted 30 years of their life. Wasted 30 years of their life. Have some respect for your wife, for your woman. She's a brand. She's a brand. You know. It's extended of her brand. Don't to tarnish her brand. Don't make her look corny. That's very corny. That's corny. Alright. I'm still standing on it. Charlemagne's weak. What are you sending is acceptable message to the youth in terms of disappropriate behavior? Not this won't go on behind closed doors and resorts of Caribbean overseas in the bedroom. But this is supposed to be acceptable. And remember, the wardrobe malfunction, when the little nipples show behind you, sunburst, Janet Jackson slightly can bill for one fraction of a section of the wardrobe malfunction. Everybody went crazy, but it's okay to publish right here. And it goes on major networks now. We get Lizzo flashing her bare ass when come back in a Lakers game in a black t-shirt on the Staples Center. Now it's the crypto arena. While she twerked during halftime. That's okay. Now You see how far we're going down in such a short period of time? And just think about it. We have enough problems with baby mamas 13, 12, 11 years old, 14. We have this is our pop culture glorifies and preaches and says it's that is a problem. We're talking about representation. Black people represent every group. They're selling records. Um, records are putting money behind views of you clicking on. Record labels are putting money behind them. You have your children, and they're talking like these people, but you at home talk like to your children. Not replicating what's being done at home. Also, there's another rapper. There's a fascinating song that's really got good. Well, it's an old one. It's moving the word shit. And they couldn't sell anything with that in there. And one of the lines say, you know what, you old rich lady's friend's house, she cooks for you and it tastes like, they're gonna say shit, but it's a shaving cream. You got in your car, you're reaching down. They couldn't say that and sell it. Now they can. I see this thing where censorship, words and language, not concepts. You cannot censor concepts or content, but the language. I'll be much opposed to 55, 59 years ago, and I seen that maybe that was a mistake. When you summed up, you know, it's okay. No, but see, there's always a distinction. It's not suppressing speech. The point is you can express any damn idea that you want in America. You have the freedom of speech to do it. But the bottom line is there are certain ways that you could do it. Like, you have a right to say your election and whatever. But you have to use appropriate words. And you can't in polite society say the election was effed over. That's what it used to be. You can ask over. And add that word on you. I know what they tell you. That's one of the problems when you start trying to restrict speech. No. Listen. The problem is they have the rule. It's not uniformly applied. That's what's going on. In a larger sense, we see how they go after Trump with these indictments. What they're accusing him of doing is done regular early. They call it desperate prosecution. In other words, it's not the same. This guy over here can do it freely. Stacey Abrams just last month made the exact. Oh. You want they cherry pick I know, but still. I know, I got all that. That's horrific, but what I'm talking about is the oh, it's just that you say it in certain ways that appeal that prurient interest. Well, my point was the way it's said. If you use words to deal with excrement, sexual reproduction, or prurient interest into something, if they define it, and that's where we go off. But like this application of the rules is Mammy Fammy in Georgia has returned long indictment or organized crime against Donald Trump for saying certain things that's arguably protected in the First Amendment. But in her first same district, somebody who lives in her district, Stacey Abrams, who ran for governor unsuccessfully, just last month was making the exact same elections about what happened to her. Even more trouble, which gets to what you're talking about, freedom of speech. She actually has several accounts. She lists the criminal activity. Mammy Fammy. I'm gonna bring back the Mammy Fanny the Mammy Willis. What? And even more troubling when it gets to what we're talking about, freedom of speech. She actually had several counts where she lists the criminal activity. The Manny Fanny. Uncle Brent. She said that the speech thing that Trump did most wrong was recommending his followers that they read or look at Newsmax. Now you and I tell people all the time. So what happens is that becomes a felony in Georgia. He's gone. Touchdown. Happens as daddies that don't pay child support. The Jets. And you wow about your predictable results of this. You have wardrobe malfunction that you get freaked out on, but you have this. You have wardrobe malfunction that becomes a felony in Georgia. And we say to anybody, even the phone in Georgia. But it's the hypocrisy that start off with this. Were you concerned about absentee fathers, daddies that don't pay child support? You're concerned about murdering the streets and everything, but you turn around and you make this all right, and you push this on mainstream media with absolutely no concern of its effects on the big population. And then you whine about your predicted results of this. You have wardrobe malfunction that you get freaked out on, but you have this because now it is approved that it's just pushed and the youth are encouraged to do this. You see, that's what. Another. That's what I've been calling the 50-year-long campaign, the glorified dysfunction. Does she have kids? She probably will, but just think how effed up her son's gonna be or her daughters. She spreads that kind of. I'm looking at something that make it more important. I spent many long as a library, more than a half century. Look at the microfilm. $50-$60 pamphlets. They said. The chats escaped. They teach themselves to be slaves. Is to put the elements of slavery